Stop. Just stop. Can we please, for the love of basketball, stop doing this to ourselves? Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Golden State Warriors. Again, we're doing this dance again, Warriors Nation. And I'm here to tell you something that nobody else seems willing to say out loud. This is a complete and utter fantasy, a distraction, a waste of time and energy that is actively preventing us from addressing the real, tangible needs of this roster. While we're all busy dreaming about the impossible, while analysts are crafting their perfect hypothetical scenarios, we're ignoring the harsh realities staring us right in the face. This Giannis obsession isn't just unrealistic. It's dangerously distracting us from the moves we actually need to make, the realistic targets we should be pursuing, and the genuine improvements that could truly elevate this team. Are we going to keep chasing unicorns? Or are we finally going to get serious about building a championship roster in the real world? Let's be brutally honest about what we're dealing with here. Giannis Antetokounmpo is, without question, one of the most dominant, transcendent players in the NBA. He's a two-time MVP, a Defensive Player of the Year, a Finals MVP, a physical specimen unlike anything we've ever seen. His combination of size, strength, agility, and relentless motor makes him virtually unstoppable in transition and in the paint. Defensively, he's a one-man wrecking crew, capable of guarding all 5 positions and altering shots with his sheer presence. The idea of pairing him with Stephen Curry is, on a purely theoretical level, absolutely intoxicating. Analysts salivate over the possibility, envisioning Giannis creating driving lanes, Curry launching threes off the attention Giannis commands, and a defensive scheme that would be suffocating. It's the stuff of 2K fantasies, the kind of super team that breaks the game. But here's where the dream collides violently with reality. Giannis Antetokounmpo is under a massive, long-term contract with the Milwaukee Bucks. We're talking about a salary that is astronomical, a financial commitment that would absolutely cripple our roster flexibility. To even begin to absorb that contract, the Warriors would have to gut the team. We're not talking about trading 1 or 2 players. We're talking about trading multiple core pieces, multiple future first-round draft picks, and potentially even more. And even then, we'd be bumping up against the dreaded aprons, the NBA's luxury tax restrictions that severely limit the ability of high-spending teams to add talent. These aren't minor hurdles. These are financial handcuffs that make this trade borderline impossible without completely dismantling everything we've built. Let's spell out clearly. To acquire Giannis, the Warriors would likely need to send out a package that includes Andrew Wiggins for salary matching, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody or Brandon Podziemski, multiple unprotected first-round picks, and potentially even more. That's not a trade. That's a complete roster demolition. We'd be left with Curry, Giannis, Draymond Green, and who? A bunch of minimum salary veterans scrambling to fill out rotation? This is an NBA 2K where you can just click Force Trade and ignore the salary cap. This is real life, with real financial constraints and real roster construction challenges. And you know what the most frustrating part is? While we're all busy salivating over this impossible pipe dream, while analysts are crafting their elaborate trade scenarios and debating the what-ifs, we're completely ignoring the realistic, achievable moves that could genuinely help this team right now. We need interior depth. We need consistent three-point shooting from role players. We need defensive versatility off the bench. These are tangible needs with realistic solutions. Players who are actually available, trades that could actually happen. But instead of focusing on a Derek White, a Nikola Vucevic, a Walker Kessler, or any number of other realistic targets, we're wasting our breath on Giannis Antetokounmpo, a player who the Milwaukee Bucks have absolutely zero incentive to trade unless they blow up their entire franchise. This obsession with chasing impossible superstars has become a recurring problem for Warriors fans, and even, it seems, for some corners of front office. We've been linked to every disgruntled star, every big name that becomes even remotely available. And while ambition is admirable, while dreaming big is part of what makes being a fan exciting, there's a fine line between ambition and delusion. We crossed that line with the Giannis speculation long ago. This isn't strategic planning. It's wishful thinking masquerading as analysis. Critics of this Giannis fantasy raise incredibly valid points. The costs in terms of assets and future flexibility would be absolutely devastating. We'd be mortgaging our entire future, sacrificing every ounce of roster depth and draft capital for one player. And while that one player is undeniably elite, there are serious, legitimate questions about team chemistry and fit. Giannis is a ball-dominant player who operates best with the ball in his hands, driving to the basket and dictating the offense. That a fundamentally different style than the Warriors' movement-heavy, read and react system that has defined our dynasty. Could it work? Maybe. But integrating such a dominant, stylistically different player without completely disrupting the balance and rhythm that has brought us multiple championships is a monumental challenge, one with no guarantee of success. The narrative that Giannis would be a catalyst capable of redefining the Warriors' style of play sounds great in a highlight reel. But what does that actually mean? Are we really prepared to abandon the strength in numbers philosophy, the beautiful, collective basketball that has been our identity, just to accommodate one superstar? That's a massive philosophical shift, and it's far from certain it would lead to more championships. For the Warriors YouTube channel, for the passionate fans in the Bay Area, the Giannis narrative is undeniably fascinating. It's the ultimate what-if, the dream scenario that everyone wants to imagine, but we need to be honest with ourselves. This is a dream that faces almost insurmountable barriers. The financial realities, the lack of available assets that Milwaukee would actually want, and the Bucks' own reluctance to move their franchise cornerstone all combine to make this trade virtually impossible. Speculating about it is fun. Debating it generates clicks and views. But let's not confuse speculation with genuine possibility. In summary, Giannis Antetokounmpo represents the boldest, most audacious, and most unrealistic move in the Warriors' recent history. Even with all the financial and strategic difficulties, the mere speculation about his arrival is enough to generate heated debates and detailed analyses. But here's my take, and it's a strong one. This obsession is actively harmful. It's a distraction. It's keeping us from focusing on the real, achievable moves that could genuinely improve this roster and give us a legitimate shot at another title. We need to stop chasing ghosts, stop fantasizing about the impossible, and start getting serious about the players we can actually acquire. The opportunity cost of this Giannis obsession is real, and it's costing us valuable time and focus. So, Warriors Nation, here's my challenge to you. Let's move on. Let's stop entertaining this fantasy. Let's start talking about realistic targets, achievable trades, and the genuine roster needs that demand our attention. Is Giannis amazing? Absolutely. Would he make us better? Probably. But is it going to happen? No. And the sooner we accept that, the sooner we can focus on building a championship roster in the real world, not in our dreams. What do you think, Warriors Nation? Am I being too harsh? Or is it time we finally got real about this Giannis situation and focus on targets we can actually acquire? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments below. If you agree it's time to move on from this fantasy, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more real talk, honest analysis, and a focus on what the Golden State Warriors can actually do to win another championship. Let's keep it real.